Okay, it's Chris Prefontaine with Smart Real Estate Coach, and I'm back with you today for some more Q&A. I can't encourage you enough. I know I do it on a lot of my trailers and my introductions, but send your questions in. Put them here on the screen, send them to us, support at Smart Real Estate Coach. Whatever you got to do, get us these questions so we can help you bridge some of these gaps. This is all about implementing, guys, and if you're not asking questions, then I can't help you bridge the gaps and implement. So this one is all about, what if you're in a lease purchase transaction or owner financing, but you're selling it on a rent to own, and the tenant buyer stops paying. What if? Well, first, expect a few a year. Okay, it's normal. Too many people teaching this say that it won't happen if you take a big enough deposit. Okay, you can safeguard a lot of this stuff, but to say it'll never happen is foolish. So expect it to happen 1 or 2 times a year, perhaps, depending on how many deals you're doing. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if that happens, then have your attorney evict the tenant buyer. You have an agreement if you're using our agreements, and you should be, if you have not gone through the QLS course yet, you should, and you should make sure you're using the right forms, and then you should make sure those forms are vetted by your attorney. However, we have associates all over the country, and many states have already been vetted, and I can let you know which those are, if it affects you where you live, and if not, you have someone vetted. It's no big deal. So you evict them. Now you're thinking in your mind, okay, if I'm going to evict them, there's no more payments coming in. Okay, hold on. You have 2 options here. You can refill with another tenant buyer if you have time left in your term with the seller, right? I'm not going to get into buying here, but there's all kinds of ways to do that and renegotiate that, but let's just keep it simple. If you have time, refill it with a tenant buyer. That's great. Do it right away. Or do what we did recently. As of the time of this filming, we had a buyer that just ran into some trouble. They had to leave. They had given us a $20,000 deposit over 2.5 years ago, but life happened and they had to leave. So we put it on the open market, actually with the realtor, and sold it, and did very, very well on that payday 3. So if you don't have time, or if you just think the market's ripe, like it was in our case, and I'm sure the seller in our case wanted his cash out, it was applicable to this deal, we sold it outright. So refill it or sell it right away, either one. Now, what do you do about the cash flow issue? Well, you got to create some resources, guys, and how do you do it? You create resources by, number one, perhaps keeping all your payday number 2s, especially when you're new. Payday number 2s, remember, are the difference between the lease payment coming in from your tenant buyer and the mortgage or lease or owner financing payment going out. That spread that ranges anywhere from $50 to $1,500. Ours ranges around $308 a month on all our deals. Then keep those in an account, and those build up very quickly, and they'll give you a nice little nest egg, a nice little reserve. What else could you do for reserves? You can and should, just my suggestion, I don't run your business, but we take a percentage for reserves out of every payday 1 and 3 also. Every payday 1 and 3, right off the top, we take a percentage out of that before we disperse any family members or pay any bills or do anything. If you keep the payday 2s and you keep a percentage of all 1s and 3s, wouldn't that set you up nice? It would, even if you're doing a few deals a year. You could, and I suggest you do, also set up lines of credit. Now, you can do that with LendCred or Fund and Grow or your own choice. But if you go to the Investor Resource Center on our site here, I'll give you the pros and cons as I know them from LendCred and Fund and Grow. And wouldn't it make sense when you put your head down on the pillow at night to know that, I've got some cool cash reserves, and those are building every month. I've got lines of credit, so almost no matter what happens, you can pivot and do okay and not panic. So don't wait till the last minute to start saving reserves, and don't wait till the last minute to set up those lines of credit. Set them up now. And if you call them and they say you're not in a position to set those up, find out what you need to do to get to point B, if you're at point A, to get those lines of credit set up. And then again, you're not worrying about it when you put your head down the pillow. I hope that helps. Again, keep the questions coming and watch for further Q&A. You might want to check out the deal structuring videos we have coming out every week as well, because those are super, super helpful for you to constantly look at deal structuring and how to get deals done. They're all different. Make it a great week. Look forward to seeing you soon. Hey, I really appreciate you watching these Q&A videos. I hope you find them helpful. I want to help you even further, though. I want you to personally go ahead and leave your most burning 1, 2, or 3 questions on the comment section below. Go ahead and do that now. I'll go ahead and answer your questions live on a video. I promise you. We'll get that done for you in the next few months. Could be days, but watch for it, and we'll address your questions. And by the way, How would you like it if you could ask those live questions every single week to one of our team members privately? How would you like to, in addition to that, ask our entire group of associates those live questions every single week? You can do that. Just become an associate by applying on the link below. We'll see if it's a fit for you. We'll see if your area is still open, and perhaps we can be working one-on-one together. That would be pretty cool. Be sure to subscribe below as well so you don't miss any of these Q&A videos. Doesn't take many, guys. Remember the old saying, small hinges open big doors. One idea, one deal this year can be an absolute game changer for you if you apply below now, and we'll have that live conversation. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe below. You're going to want to not miss any of these videos. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't do that, and I look forward to seeing you on future videos if you want to keep on these Q&As.